Okay, hello, and welcome to the Easter show. Ready to roll. I've got a full beard, fully cocked and ready to go for you guys. Yes, quarantine beard is in full effect. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's having a great and wonderful Sunday and a happy holidays from the Alliance and from our crew here at the show. So I hope everybody's doing well. First and foremost, let me say hi to the peeps. Good old Maurice, how you doing, bud?
Good. How you guys doing? Happy Easter.
Pretty good, my friend. Pretty good. You know, I had some dinner with my family. We had a nice little, concise, very small dinner with some shrimp and some biscuits and honey butter, and we had some good stuff. We had all the fixins. I had a nice big breakfast, and I had the Easter egg hunt for my son this morning. He found his Easter basket, and he was really happy. So it was a great day for me.
Well, good.
And also we're joined by the lovely Avinash. How you doing, Abby?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Did you find your Easter basket this morning?
No, I have not.
Oh, you're still looking for that Easter basket.
Still looking. I think I kind of got a hint when my husband called just a little bit ago and said that he has a surprise he's bringing home. So
okay. Well, I hope you find that Easter basket, and I hope that it's a big Easter basket. I actually had my mom continue to hide my Easter basket until my early 30s. Yes. Yes.
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, because it's just always, once it kind of becomes a tradition like that, it's like, why not just continue it? It's fun.
Well, it was fantastic. And I said, listen, Mom, I don't care how old I get. I said, please just continue to hide my Easter basket. And, and every Easter, me and my sister would wake up on Easter morning, come to my mom's house, and we'd find our basket. It was going to be somewhere in the house. And it was great. It was until my son, and she continued to do that until my son was born. Like, once my son was born, my Easter basket went out the window. It started to become his Easter basket, of course, which is more important and totally understandable. So I'm glad that now I get to pass that tradition on to my kid, and I will continue to hide his Easter basket until he's 45 years old.
Awesome.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's great. Normally, we would be joined by the wonderful and talented RangerJ1999. He is off enjoying his Easter basket somewhere, and I don't know if he'll be joining us shortly or if not, but I haven't heard from him this evening. He's probably with family, maybe busy, so he may join us in a little bit. He may not. Hopefully he does at some point. Either way, we're going to go ahead and press on. It's our Easter show. I do want to talk a little bit about a few different things, and then we'll get into our typical top 5 meta report, and we'll do our Q&A segment later on in the show. Minato Namikaze, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody is being wise and sanitizing, okay? I hope everybody's clean. I hope everybody's feeling okay. I hope everybody's family's doing okay. Crazy times we're going through right now. And, listen, all we can do is the best we can to try and quell the situation. Stay within our groups and try to stay healthy, and that's all you can do. But I hope all you guys are doing well. Now, as far as the game is concerned, let's dive into a couple of things. Obviously, we just recently got the update about COVID-19. Let me go into this post. I believe it's still in my inbox. I didn't delete it because I wanted to discuss it on the show. The relief package. There it is. So they did a couple of things. They obviously did the double drops. Sorry, guys. This is like spinning wheel of death here. I shouldn't have claimed it. I should have just let it go. I don't know what's going on here, but so they did double drops for light side. Then today was double drops for dark side. What did you guys think about this relief package thing and this stay at home and play thing from EA? Is this an EA thing, or is this just Capital Games?
Well, this is the EA across the board. I'm pretty sure it's
so Capital Games is being forced to do this.
I'm sure they're not happy about that.
Do we really have to be giving away free stuff? As we all deal with the realities of the impact COVID-19 has had on the world, we're turning on extra events and double drops to say thank you for your continued support. We hope that you and your loved ones navigate through this difficult period and come out the other side healthy and happy. Thank you for continuing to be such a great community. See you on the holo table. So, they've done double drops. I believe right now we have double drops for dark side, and then we're going to have cantina battles, fleet battles, and then mod battles later on. So which of these days are you guys going to benefit from most? Is it going to be the cantina battles to get the relic stuff, or is it going to be these hard nodes?
When the light side did better for me because I had just finished up the requirements for Ray. So I was like farming all the light side stuff, and plus I was able to get my tickets too. The tickets don't double drop, but at least I was able to collect that plus a couple other things that I needed in that particular node itself. So I was a happy camper. And I had saved up quite a bit of energy too, so I was able to play tier 1 like 4 times.
What about you, Maurice? What's going on with you?
It's going to be pretty much the mod battles, the one I'm most excited for. Stock up on my normal routines, but get a little extra. We talked about this in Jedi Academy on Saturday. I don't really change anything in terms of what I do for these. I just farm the same thing. I only hit light side just for the Poe, the Finn node, and then went right back to dark side. Unfortunately, if you're going after one of these Galactic Legends, these double drops. I don't know. I didn't farm anything really on light side except those 2 nodes, and farmed the rest on the dark side. So I don't have too much in terms of hard nodes left. I finished the Vulture Droid, I got the Hyena Bomber, and then the Resistance Heroes. That's about it. So I've been farming stun guns and Kyrotechs pretty exclusively. So I got some extra stun guns. That was nice. But
okay.
Yeah, mod battles. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, mod battles, pretty cool. I personally, I'm going to benefit most probably from these shards I'm getting for Poe, Finn, and probably the Sith Trooper and General Hux. So that's where it's benefiting me most right now. So these 2 days, I'm just trying to catch up a little bit. I haven't had such great luck with these characters, though. So, I mean, it's been kind of a slow burn. And I don't see myself being anywhere near like a Galactic Legend or anything remotely like that for quite some time. I mean, I'm gonna work on it. I think I've actually decided that I'm gonna work on Galactic Legend Ray first. And maybe that's dumb, but
no, man, there's not a right or wrong answer.
There's absolutely not a right or wrong. It's a lot of people are doing it based on, what they have completed more than the other side. Otherwise, some people might pick, of course, like Maurice there, might pick First Order first because, he's googly-eyed over them.
Well, I was just fortunate to have most of them done already. So just it wasn't.
Well, I am googly-eyed over the First Order too. It's just that I feel like I don't know. I just keep hearing that Rey is better. So it's like if I'm going to put all those resources into something, even though I'm actually technically closer to getting the First Order characters done than I am the Resistance, I definitely am. Like I could get the only thing is I can't win with I'm not getting any finalizer shards. I can't win that battle.
You're not going to win either with those shitty mods you got too.
Oh my goodness, RangerJ1999.
There he is.
I'm sorry, guys.
There
We've got
it
a
is.
horrible storm over us right now, and we've had bad storms all day. So we actually sirens been blaring, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's bad. Trees are getting thrown around like they're nothing right now. So if I disappear because we lost power, you know why.
RangerJ1999 coming live to us from the eye of the storm.
Yes, Reba, right now I'm in the middle of the storm. There's a lot of hail. There's some dogs and cats and debris. I think I saw some of the Backstreet Boys flying in the air. I'm very soaked and wet and moist right now. I'll get back to you in a few minutes.
Ranger, you may not survive, but did you get any chocolates today?
Yes, I did. I was able to eat some Hershey Kisses, and I ate half of a Snickers bar. But I've got enough sugar to last through this. 60-mile-an-hour winds and some tornadoes, but I'm not afraid of the tornadoes. But the wind sucks because it keeps making me get a wedgie in my pants.
So you heard it here first, boys and girls. RangerJ1999 probably going to die in a storm, but he did get chocolates today, and he has hand sanitizer. Okay, so
yes, I've been keeping I'm more worried about the coronavirus and the tornado coming over my house right now. It's very fine. I don't want to get the virus and stuff, and it gets bad.
I'm glad you made it, buddy. So
How sorry about that. I mean, we literally had no connection, and I mean, literally right now, I mean, it is flooding outside, and it's literally like you look outside, it looks like a hurricane's hitting us right now. So I was like,
It was really bad earlier here.
it's coming your way, good old Maurice. Get prepared.
Oh, we already had it. It was
Oh, the
really
northern
bad
parts
earlier.
hit you already? Yeah. I know there's a huge line. I mean, it's like, it's a bad one, man. Just bad.
my mom told me not to park in the street tonight because the storm may be coming up to New York.
I
So
mean, it's not good, man. Let me tell you, this is a mother of storms coming through right now. So
yeah.
it kept my mind off other things like the shitty drop rates for these raid tickets that I'm working on right now. So that was good, and get my mind off that nonsense.
So since you're here, let's open up the store and let's discuss. So I saw these new packs here for mods.
God. So you want me to?
Oh.
Well, I was in a good mood, and then you brought that up. Way to go, Maria.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I puked in my mouth just a little bit.
Worst
for
goddamn stupid ass dumbass shit DG's ever done.
So for
Oh,
for
my
$75, you get about
$75. Think about this. The hyperdrive bundle's $99, and that's actually a good pack. I can't argue with the pack that comes with, even for a new player or even an old player, the gear, whatever. There's just good things you can argue for that pack, right? This shit, somebody was smoking crack at CG when they came up with this. I mean, someone just they threw some spaghetti on the wall and it landed on this and said, "Yep, $75 pack. That's good. Yep."
Don't be nice. I mean, let's be honest. They were probably mainlining heroin. Okay, let's just be real. All right. But
they popped the good shit on this stuff. I mean, God, dog, this is some.
Oh my
garbage right
God.
here.
Yeah, that's just really bad.
I can't. You can make arguments for some of the other packs. Some have been good, some have been bad, but they've had something that you could argue both sides for, right? Ain't nothing good about this. There is nothing good about this pack. This is just nonsense. And I'm sorry, this is just, man, what the hell are they doing over there? You can't put a pack out with mods, especially when it's RNG based. That's just garbage. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that a lot of people don't watch streams like this, right? And other things. And they make it seem like it's like, and they put on there never seen before. There's some people out there that don't know any better. They're going to buy this shit and be like, thinking they're going to get something incredible, and they're not.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah,
I can't.
I know.
There's no guaranteed speed on any of these mods.
No,
No,
And I've had people
I-
roll them. Macias, I was listening, I think on Operation Metaverse, he rolled it. And then Clash, we hit him on Jet Academy. Just didn't hit shit. So you just spent $75 or $25 for these packs, for these
Yeah.
mods. It didn't hit anything. You might as well just bottom it. You just might as well just go to use your energy.
You get.
I've come to the conclusion that these packs are not geared toward us veteran players. These are geared towards the newer players that started when the movie came out.
But that's
It's
still
their
crap.
fault. I know, but you know,
but still, yeah.
if you can't get first place in your arena because you're just not fast enough, you don't have the speed arrows, so on and so forth.
Well,
I think it's more geared towards them than us.
This
I
is
think it's terrible.
It's terrible. That's
this-
even
It's
worse.
awful. I know people who have bought all of the packs. Every
Oh
single one of
no!
them. And
Oh,
yes,
no!
every single one of them. Guess what? Not one of them. Not one talked the
Oh
speed.
no!
This limited time bundle contains a full set of special mods that were specifically designed to have excellent utility with Galactic Legend Ray. Unlock her full potential as a true heir to the light side. A special note from our team: the speed and health mods help Ray shield.
They don't play this game. I'm convinced they don't play this game. They do not play this game because there's no way on God's green earth if you are because if you are an end game player and you know how the mod system is and you know what you're looking for and how mods pertain to GAC, TW, and other things like that in arena, and you know the speed is like still the most dynamic thing you can get, and other stats you're just looking for certain things. This is just straight up people who just do not play this game, or they do play this game and think we are stupid enough as people that will pay anything for anything to buy this shit. And that's really the most insulting thing, because there's no way you could put this pack out.
Is somebody choking a
people
rooster or something like that?
Or me,
That's-
or good old Maurice, or Avinash to sit there and go, oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Get the pack. It's great. What's the deal? Go ahead and buy it. Yeah, it's great.
That's Ranger. When he gets excited, man, he beats his desk or table.
He's
or
beating
whatever
his
on.
desk right now. Yeah, he's just mad. He's adamant right now.
Man, I was pissed, man. Yeah, and even Finn was sitting there going, "No, this is shit." It's just unbelievable, man.
I mean,
Well, I actually bought the $75 pack, and I've got 21 speed mod out of it, 26 speed, and a 28 speed out of it, all in one pack.
you're
Right, but
you're
see-
kidding me,
But
really?
you
Yes,
got
yes,
it, but
very
then
much
you
so. That
have
was
like.
a total lie. Yes, that was a lie.
I was saying,
I was gonna say.
I was like,
Well,
oh
no,
my
there was one
god,
guy-
I'm buying the pack. I'm buying the pack right now. I'm gonna buy the
This
pack.
isn't April Fool's Day.
no,
yes,
there was a
yes,
guy.
that was a
from-
lie, guys. Don't listen to me, please.
Yeah, there was a skewer that actually, and I can't remember who it was. They actually bought the pack and got a 20 speed mod out of it. And so, I mean, like, yeah, it can hit. You know,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
sorry. I mean, I love
RNG.
mods, but it's 20 speed mods now worth $75.
No, not even. I mean,
No.
oh god, just
As-
shake your head like at some of the stuff, because there was a lot of positive stuff that came out of this week that I was like, okay, CG's kind of listening to community and doing some things. You know, maybe they could have done more, and maybe it's a little bit late, but you know, they have the new events and they're doing double drops and all this other stuff. I'm like, good job, CG. And then they shit all over it like they always do. They always find something to poop on all the good stuff they're doing. It just makes me shake my head going, who runs this company?
I don't really.
Well, I'm a little fearful because May the 4th is coming up, and they said,
God.
be on the lookout. If they think this is a good value and something cool, then I am a little fearful what bundles will have on May the 4th. Because they remember years ago, if you remember, they had all the crystal packs,
Yeah.
like with a special. Now they just limit it to like the small ones.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a little chintzier over the years with the packs and stuff, but we'll see. We'll get some chewy shards.
Here, while you're sitting at home and can't work and can't spend, or you know, it's like you're running out of money or whatever, we're going to throw all these huge, expensive packs at you, hoping that you'll buy this and entertain yourself while you sit at home.
Yes. Buy these mods and spend 37 seconds leveling them all up.
I can't believe they're selling 6 mods for $75. That is
Oh
nuts.
my god!
Listen, we know you're depressed. We know the virus is putting everybody in a depressed state, being stuck at home and everything. Buy these packs and feel more depressed when you don't hit shit from these speed mods and waste $75.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, like you guys said, it's probably geared towards people that don't know any better. I mean, what's up, Gunny in the chat? What's going on? Long Island is okay. We're doing the best we can with the situation right now. It seems like it's kind of, heading and trending in a better direction over here in New York. To be honest with you, I mean, I've been hearing good things about like it, the curve flattening and all that stuff. But I guess I don't know. I don't even know what the deal is with this virus, to be honest with you. I have no idea. I know, like, I've
What do you want to know? What do you want?
No, I know.
No, I read it.
No, I know everything about it. I know, like how it affects the body and all that stuff. But it seems to me like, the overall consensus about the virus is still very much a mystery. Like as to like whether you're
well, it's mutating, and so there's actually 2 strands that they've identified, and one's not as bad as the other, but the other one's bad. And like there was a nurse that had tested on March 8th positive for the coronavirus, and she a month later still testing positive for the coronavirus. So there's just more research that needs to be done. But problem with the virus is that it can mutate, and once it mutates, it takes on different characteristics, and that's the thing that makes it so difficult. There's just that's
because there's too many stupid people out there spreading it around for it to get a chance to mutate.
It's going to mutate. So
Westchester was pretty bad. That Westchester County they actually quarantined. So I mean that was like the first place that they quarantined. That was where the first family in New York had coronavirus, was in Westchester County. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, I keep hearing they want to open up things again in 30 days. I think that's stupid, to be honest with you. I think that everybody should just...
Oh, not 30 days, brother. May the 1st, they talked about opening up businesses and stuff on May the 1st. I'm just like, are you on track?
I think that's really dumb. I think that they should wait this out. I mean, like, China is literally just opening up Wuhan, like, right now. And I heard people are starting to get sick again already over there. So, I mean, like, it's not good.
Just be safe, wash your hands, look out for one another, listen to the experts. If they don't have doctor or scientist next to their name in an accredited place, then don't listen to anybody else.
But
pretty much safest bet.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think just going back to the game here, I think that this particular mod packs, it's kind of reminiscent of like I mean, I can't really say that there's anything that's worse. There's nothing worse than this. This is the worst pack ever. But I'm saying like, I think it's misleading. Like it's saying that like limited time, like bundle, and like it's like what does it say?
Never seen before.
Never before seen. I mean, like what is that? I mean, do you remember when the original Kylo Ren came out and they had the chromium packs? They said on there like.
Did you say Kylo Ren?
It said like best.
I have a new pack of mods. They're amazing.
Remember the chromium pack said like best chance to get Kylo Ren shards and like
best pack ever.
Yeah, they had that bundle and you could get, but that's back when like the only way you could get characters was from chromium packs. You know what I'm saying? But
good old Maurice bought all my packs.
Good old Maurice wasn't spending money then at the game. He played it like 3 times a day and was chasing Darth Sidious because he was the
wanted
best.
my lightsaber. He wanted to hold my lightsaber.
Just chasing Darth Sidious. Yeah, I mean, things were a lot simpler back then when Darth Sidious was the best leader in Arena.
Darth Sidious is a pussy. Kylo Ren's the best.
Darth Sidious is a pussy, and Kylo Ren is the best. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't beat. Maybe you guys can help me with this. I can't beat the finalizer mission for some reason, and maybe it's because my
you have to get your hugs and you have to get your ship components up, and there's a certain. Finn told me I haven't been really focusing on that, but there's a lot. I'll get it for you. Gilmers, do you know which one it is?
It's hard for me to say just because at the time I already had a 7-star Zeta. I think he was already gear 13, and yeah. So my even at 5-star, my finalizer was good to go. But I mean, I had all those ships. Like I mean, I had decked out. It'd be hard for me to try to explain it because it was very easy for me. It's because I already had a relic Kylo Ren, a relic First Order Stormtrooper and all these other characters. Like Prue was already
Right.
Relic 5 with all gold mods. You know, like I already had everything when it came out. So it's tough for me to try to.
Well,
Yeah, I've got all these characters and ships, like, you know, they're gear 12 and the ships are done, but I don't have Hux done because I'm farming them. I haven't put any gear on because I'm hoarding on the gear for my new Galactic Ray that I'm about to start working on. So, I mean...
So you got her? You finally got Galactic Ray?
Well, no, I'm working on the tickets. Let's see how many tickets I have right now. I'm going to start doing her battles tomorrow for the skewers and folks. Let's see how many tickets I got right now.
yeah, you're about at the same pace that I am.
Let's see, I have 89 tickets right now. And that's with doing 350 crystal refreshes and the 100 crystal refreshes for the regular energy. So, the drop rate is awful. It's about 20-25%.
I am so behind on Poe. I missed the entire Poe event. So I forgot to do.
How in the world did you miss the Poe event?
I missed it. I literally logged in to go do it. I realized I was too late, and then I just ended up buying the pack. I just bought the pack, but I didn't get the free shards. So so I'm behind like. It's only like, I mean, like what? Like, how many shards is it? Like 60 or is it 40? 50? I forget how many you get.
4 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you unlock them at 3-star. You buy the pack to get them at 4, and you get a little few extra. I think is what it is.
Yeah. So
I don't recall.
So I don't even have a 4-star Poe yet. So I mean, like my Poe, I'm way behind on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm working on Hux and Sith Trooper, but I'm not going crazy with them. I mean, Hux is on his way to 6-star, so Sith Trooper, so, you know, I'll get him done when I get him done, you know? I mean, I'm not, after what I'm going through for Rey, I'm going to slow farm the shit out of Kylo Ren, because I ain't doing nothing again until I get this shit squared away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, like I said, I was leaning towards Rey. I do have the ability though to get because I have a lot of First Order characters, like already pretty high level. Like, you know, is First Order Executioner required?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got First Order Officer Gear 12, First Order TIE Pilot Gear 12. I've got both Kylo Ren's Gear 12. I mean, I could probably, you know, my Palpatine's pretty good. I could probably get all these characters ready to go. I mean, listen, it's going to still take a while. I'm way behind on, like, relicking, but I'm saying, like, as far as that goes, like, I'd probably get the First Order done faster if I did that. So, I mean, I don't know. I may just decide to go that route, but it's like I'm afraid to make the wrong decision. I'm afraid to invest in one way, and then I feel like, oh man, like, you know, I find out.
You fear the power of Kylo Ren.
Yeah, like I've looked on like Kylo Ren Unmasked here, and like I could upgrade him to Gear 13 right now, and I could invest in his relics, probably get him to Relic 7 in a couple of days. But I'm afraid to start doing that, and then I find out 3 weeks from now that I really want to go for Rey instead, and now I gotta, you know, I wasted all the pieces
Just
here.
pick one. They're both really, really good. It doesn't matter which one you pick. They're both fantastic. So
Yeah.
You're not gonna just go with the one you want to play, man. Just do it. Like, I mean, I have my reasons for picking Rey. You know, I mean, I picked one. I went for it. Either way, you have a Galactic Legend, you're going to be just fine, man. Especially in arena or anywhere else. They're both really, really, really good.
I will say, just from my experience, Rey is the more fluid, better team. Kylo is the better individual character.
Right. They have strong
So it
points.
depends what you want to. It depends
Yeah.
on what you want to go with. Like if you know, I don't know. Like Kylo can solo the Sith raid.
Can you
That's
throw
pretty
can,
cool.
can you throw Kylo on any team and just use him like on a Sith team or you know, like
He's much more plug and play than Rey is. Yes.
Right.
Rey gets more. She gets more bonuses and stuff with her characters. Kylo Ren doesn't get as many. So, you know, it's just the dynamic. But I mean, I'm not upset of having to use them in Finn and Poe. They're nasty. Oh my god, Finn and Poe, Jesus.
So really, it's just kind of go for the character that you like better.
Yeah, go for what you want to play, man. If you're gonna pick one, you got to make the investment. They're both really good. They both have their overall strengths. I agree with good on Maurice. I think Kylo for the raid is I mean, hands down better. But you know, light side TV, Rey's going to be a It's gonna be pretty nice.
Well, let's be real here. When's
Yep.
the last time, Ramon, you posted more than 0 for a raid?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
I mean, never.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
I mean, let's just
like
be
so the
real.
raid, like I don't know if you're really into the raid. You know, I was in the guild you're in for a very long time, and the raids there. Wow, there's some. You know, they're not quite as competitive as some other places. You know, lots of people posting zeros, lots of people testing stuff out. You know, it's not as cutthroat as some other places, so you might not need necessarily. I'm sure you're going to see a couple guys in the guild solo soon. So you know, I mean, if you don't hit the raid, I wouldn't. That's not really a pro, really. So
Yeah, I mean,
No.
listen. I mean, either way, I mean, like, I'm not, you know, I'm not expecting to, like, by the time I get these characters, everyone else is going to have them in my shard. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
it's not like I'm going to be like, you know, even if I have Ray, I'm still going to be like one of 30 Rays. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not, maybe not that many, but you know, either way, I mean, you know, I'll just, I mean, like I said, I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit behind with Hux and them, but I mean I could I mean with the resistance in them, so I mean I probably should go for the first order first just to get it done and then worry about it later. But I'll think about it. I still have to invest a little bit into getting Anakin Skywalker, General Skywalker. So I mean like.
Sure.
So I gotta still. I was gonna ask you, Ranger, if you thought that I should, you know, because I know you battled there at the end as much as you guys could. I mean, would it have been a benefit for me to have a gear like a relict Asajj for that last phase, or is it just the mods?
Well, so here's the deal. Like, and I've been telling this to everybody. Make sure your roster's rounded up before you go for these Galactic Legends. And that means gas, the Revens, things of that nature. Because, you know, it's not just Arena. Arena's one part of this game. There's other parts of this game besides Arena. GAC, TW, TTB. You know, you need gas for Lightside GOTV. You need solid Separatists and stuff for Darkside and a Revan team that's solid for Darkside. If you're working toward gas and you need to get gas, finish gas first. Get gas squared away. You can still farm the shards for the characters and stuff, but I've got to tell you, once you commit to the Galactic Legends, you're all in like Flynn. The rest of your roster takes a back seat because the character shards is one part. The gear is ridiculous. Having gone through in Relic these characters like I have, it is unbelievable how much gear you'll go through. You know, the chirotex you'll go through. And then once you get that, that's still just phase one. Then you have to go in and get the tickets. So again, a lot of your energy is going to be going toward tickets. You know, you're not for a lot of other stuff. And then you have to go and get your Ray up because once you get phase 1, 2, and 3 done, you have to get your Ray gear because you have to use her for tier 4, 5, and 6. So you have to have the Zetas, and then you have to have, 700 Kairos techs just for Ray, and a buttload of stun guns and a bunch of other stuff. So if your overall roster is not completed and where it needs to be, if you're missing Padme, and you're missing Gas, and you're missing a Revan or two, get those characters first. It's an easier thing to work on, and at the same time, work on your mods so you have that depth of mods that you need to be competitive. You know, the biggest thing is, I see people in my GSC all the time, they have more GP than me, but my mods are just 10 times better. And I just wonder, did you buy your way to this level? Because, you know, there's no way you should be facing me in GAC. You know, so think about that kind of stuff when you're working on your roster. You know, because when you make that commitment, and you go all in. You're all in. You're not going to work on clones. You're not going to work on droids. You're not going to work on anything. You're going to work on those initial 12 characters, 3 relic 7s. 9 and 6 relic 5s and then 3 relic 3s. That is nothing to even sneeze at.
So if you were going to give me one bit of advice right now, being that obviously I need mods, and Finity's saying that too in the chat here.
Oh yeah, your mods are.
Should I be using any of my mod energy on components for like amplifiers, or should I be entirely farming mods, like straight up mod sets from like.
You're missing crit avoidance arrows. You didn't have one in your entire roster. Your speed mods suck. Just gonna throw that out there. And your offense mods are lacking. So you need to be farming mods like crazy.
If you're going for Kylo, you need to hit offense hard. You need some pretty balling.
You have to get those mods. You have to get those, or not only will you be decimated in arena because people are going to laugh at your mods, but you're not going to be able to accomplish the other parts of the game that it's necessary to even get Kylo, for example. I mean, you've just got to have the mods necessary to do it. You have to.
So I've really got to live in this store here and start buying mods.
No.
Farm.
You farm them.
Farm mods from mods. Do not buy the mods.
Mod challenges.
Do not waste the money.
The only mods you should, if you have the crystal,
you got 513 million credits. You can level up every single 5-dot mod you get.
Right.
To level 12.
Now, the mods that you want to get from the store are any speed mod sets or offense sets. The speed mods, if they don't have speed, ignore them. And it has to be 5 speed. Not a 3 speed, not a 4 speed. You need 5 speed. Right?
So this offense mod right here with 3 speed, 4.5% crit damage.
No. Get rid of it.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a pretty good one, actually.
I know, but the chance is just not going to.
How about a speed?
Just taking up a spot.
How about a speed set with 3 speed and 22.5% protection?
I would buy that crit damage triangle.
Yeah, the triangles. So it's got the offensive mod. You want anything with speed and offense as secondary, especially a triangle that's got crit damage. Yeah, see, that's one you would buy, right?
Buy that.
Because triangles, and crosses, and some circles are much harder to get.
Right, squares and diamonds.
Squares and diamonds are. Yeah, I was just gonna say that are a dime a dozen, and even in some sense, the arrow mods are too.
So should I get
honestly, this? Man, I would honestly just buy crosses and triangles out of the store and just farm.
Yep.
Like you just said, the square, circle, and diamonds. You've got so many credits, man. I would just level up every 5-dot mod you get to 3, 6, 9, or 12.
Okay.
Because you can definitely afford to. I mean, you've got 2 years of credits just sitting there in your bank.
Yeah.
I would make sure you sign up for Grand Arena too, man. Like, get in there, even if you don't play it, just sign up for it. You get a little bit of those tokens, and you can use those tokens on the slicing, the 60 materials and stuff.
Events.
Honestly, I think if my mods were better and I was a little bit more able to be competitive, I think I'd be a little bit more into being competitive. If that makes any sense, I think that I'm less into it at the moment because I feel like it would be such a hassle to get myself to where I feel like I could actually be a competitive player in Arena.
But that's nonsense. The reason is because you have not committed to doing the mods. Listen, I hate mods.
Right.
I suffer through mod depression every day. But I do it, and the reason I have all the great mods that I do is because I sit there. I do it like this. You do the work that sucks to enjoy the things that are fun.
I'll tell you, I loved mods when they first came out, and I was the only one that had them. You know what I'm saying? But now that everybody else has them, it's annoying. It is. You know,
but any store in any mod in the store that's an offensive mod that has offensive, secondary, and speed is really good. Any speed mod, it's got to have speed. And I only go for gold mods that have 5 speed. Any spot, right? I buy those because 2 of the mods that I've hit that are over 24 were from those mods. Of course, the other 98, the story that I don't share is that the other 98 that I bought, 17 or 12 or didn't hit at all. Those really hit you in the gut. But then when you get that 1 gold, you're just like, ooh, 27 speed. Thank you.
I've never had a mod like that. I mean, after
I did. I peed my pants. I was so happy.
The best mod I have, I think, is like 22 speed or 23 speed. I don't think I even have a 24.
Yeah, I know your mods well.
I think that I've gotten like for the longest time I never had a 20+ speed mod. Period. I finally got lucky after 6-dot mods dropped and you were able to level them up. I got a couple of mods over 20 from that. You know what I'm saying? But I never got anything that was like a 25 or 26 or 27 ever.
You have to keep doing it. It's just a numerical thing, And the other sets of mods you'll get from the events. Health and potency and all that other stuff will come from those. And
so demoralizing mod farming. It's like
it is in a sense, but when you start getting them, and you are going to hit them, if you just, it's just sheer numbers. If you just do it and you commit to doing it every day, and you get mods, you roll them, see if they hit, not get them the hell out of there, and you start slicing them, they're going to hit. Some of them are going to hit, and even the ones that hit between 15 and 19 are still not bad mods in speed. And there's some mods that I've got some on, like my General Anakin Skywalker. It isn't about the speed on him; it's about having those offensive mods with those like protection and offense. I have enough offensive mods with those two stats that I was able to make my gas, nice. So he hits like a truck and can take a beating. There's just certain mods like that you're looking for. And certain characters don't need speed mods, but the characters that do, they really, 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 And so if you're going to be competitive, you have to think about that, especially like in GAC. Certain characters on certain teams need speed. And if you don't have it, then the team just does not.
On the bright side, I have 288 Zetas.
I mean, that's great. Save them, because about half of those are going to go to your new Galactic Legend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And Loki makes a good point here in the chat. Like, defense and health mod sets are far more useful now than they were. Like, now in the
Right.
land
for tanks,
relics.
Yeah,
those are excellent mod sets. Like, I have, to be honest, like, I can't tell you the last time I farmed Crit Chance. Crit Chance mod sets are pretty garbage now. Health, I would go health and defense over Crit Chance
I use health on
year
a lot,
13
yeah.
character.
I mean,
But
think about Grievous. Who's
Yeah.
another one? Grievous is a perfect one for that. I still use decently fast, but I use health primaries, health secondary mod sets for my Padme. So there are characters like that need, not about their speed, it's just about the damage they do. Like Yoda's got offense coming out of his yin yang. My Grandmaster Yoda hits like a truck because I want his stuff over 10,000. I want that damage. He's going to get his speed because he's going to get boosted by all the other characters. Like Jedi Knight Revan goes first and does his target, and next thing you know, Euro's going first because he gets turn meter for every time he does his bakes and other stuff. So I mean, you have to think about that kind of stuff.
What's going on, Loki, man? I hope you're doing good, man. I haven't spoken to him in a
Loki's
while.
pimping and Loki's a pimp.
One of the things that sucks about the Game Changer program being like no longer around is we used to see Loki in California all the time, and I know at least we saw him like I think at least one of the times we met him, we went to In-N-Out Burger out there. I wish we still had those events, to go meet up with people and see everybody.
He was up in the hotel room that time you guys did that video with a crammed ass hotel room with like 10 content creators in there.
Yeah.
Like he was up in just leaning on the corner.
Yeah. That was great times, man. Great times. I miss that. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully they make a Galaxy of Heroes 2 someday, and maybe things change. Who knows? I'm not playing it. I quit. But
one's enough.
As soon as Galactic Legend, Rey and Kylo are all had by everybody. All right, guys, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes 2. Let's go.
Peace out.
Start
you
up.
You got me. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I'm not following that shit.
You thought we made this challenging for you the first time. Start all over again. All right, so let's it's 11:30. Let's get into the meta report real quick. Get your gas 70% armor, or get 5s to 85% armor, and they won't die. Makes sense.
Yeah, fucking knows his stuff.
All right, so General Skywalker dominating the arena. And Darth Revan behind. It looks like Supreme Leader Kylo is now the... No, that's not right. Okay, Supreme Leader Kylo is behind Revan, Padme, and Rey. So Rey is actually ahead of Kylo in arena. And Rey has actually a decent size... There's 578 Reys at rank 1 in arena. That's a pretty large amount, actually. There's actually like almost as many Reys as there are Padmes, and so I mean Rey is not that far off from being like the number 2 leader in arena, really, behind Skywalker. So
we have Darth Revan and Padme, Rey's 4, Kylo Ren 195. So
I mean, obviously, the majority of people out there and the majority of of shards are being led by General Skywalker, of course, because most people don't have the Galactic Legends yet. But I mean, how long do you think it takes before Rey and Kylo just kind of, shift the paradigm here?
Months. This is going to be
one
a
and
slow trip.
if you're talking 1 and 2, like a clear cut 1 and 2, I'd think 3 months.
Okay,
a while.
Because I'm still working on getting my Rey, and I'll start adding to that too. But it's like people like me that are slowly dripping in. We saw that with gas, the slow drip in. But then we had the event every 2 months. It was still a slow drip, but then it finally took over. Because remember, we were looking at Darth Revan when it was going to happen, and by January we started seeing the shift over to where gas started dominating. But this is going to be a much slower drip, much slower. So it's going to be a long. I think 3 months. Right on it.
Something interesting here. Last week we looked at this, and Hux was actually ahead of Supreme Leader Kylo, and they fixed him, and we see how quickly that is changing.
Yes. Yeah. Who are you using now? Good, Maurice, with your.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't tell which one I like better. I'm fighting just gas and gas and gas and gas and gas. So I mean, I could beat gas with either. I'm not sure really which one holds better. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which one I like better, to be honest. I think Supreme Leader Kylo, for Grand Arena, I think it'd be a little more annoying, the Supreme Leader Kylo, because then you can just have, keep crew and First Order Stormtrooper taunting with all the advantage and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. Sucks. Because I had a good team, and then they fixed Hux. And now I have to start. My team was working great because it was broken. And now I have to go back to drawing board and play with a legit team.
I've seen a full First Order team, but with in my shard with Watt. And of course, I'm also seeing Watt being used for Galactic Raid too. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah,
people are still playing with it and still trying to figure out what's the best strategy in teams and stuff. So, and that's just mainly dealing with either Kylo Ren versus Rey or Rey versus Kylo Ren or mirror matches and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out. But Kylo Ren and Rey are on the move.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to take a little time, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's look. Top 10 squad members are pretty standard. Okay, it's really just General Skywalker 5s, Rex, Echo, and ARC Trooper, followed by Darth Malak, there we go. No, my Alexa device just heard me say the wake word, and
okay.
Yep.
Good job, Alexa.
Yeah, I mean, at least it works. At least I know it works. Jedi Knight Anakin, General Kenobi, Bastila the Fallen, and Darth Revan, Darth Malak. So yeah, it's really just the clone troopers dominating the world. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to the top 5 for this week, and this week's top 5 is going to be top 5 capital ships. It's the first time ever that we've been able to do this because it's the first time ever that we've had more than 5 capital ships in the game. So you know what?
Yay.
We can actually do this now, and it's going to be interesting to see where these ships all fall now, because obviously over the course of time, there were certain ships that were pretty much, the meta. Now that paradigm has shifted a little bit, and we'll see what happens. So I think our connection is good, Ray Rock. So I don't think I don't know. It may be just local, or it could be the weather. So let's see here. At number 5, who do we have here, Maurice?
Which one did I decide to go with number 5? Thrawn, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Thrawn. Good old Thrawn, still a good. Well, as we'll see here, like the ships that have been coming out recently, the Radis, the Finalizer, even GK and GG's capital ship for the most part, they're very faction specific. And Chimera is still a ship, while it thrives with the Empire ships, that you still can run just about any team underneath it. It's got arguably the best ultimate in the game with the just neutralize one ship. Very, very good. Got the AoE turn meter removal. Got just health or regeneration, just all sorts of good stuff. Thrawn's a character we all have. Very easy character in terms of legendaries to obtain. You gotta get the Phoenix. You know, it's not the toughest event anymore. It was at the time, but just a very good all around ship. Kind of slow. I think it might be the slowest capital ship, but still, that ultimate gets off very early. You know, just good old fashioned Chimera. I mean, there's only 2 ships excluded off this list, so you know,
Yeah.
this is
Right.
the 8.
Well, I mean, it's more about the order rather than what ships, right? Because we know like what ships are probably going to be on the list, right? I mean that's pretty set. There's not that many capital ships, but it's really about kind of determining which are the best, because there are some new ones that maybe some players aren't really necessarily that comfortable with yet, like the Finalizer and the Radis, etc. And some people don't have the Malevolence or the Negotiator unlocked because they decided to go for one or the other. And this is kind of a definitive list on where those ships stand at the moment. If you would have looked at this list, I'd say a year and a half, 2 years ago, the Chimera would be way up at the top of this list, and it's not right now. So, you know, the Chimera being at number 5 is a clear indication of how the meta has shifted over the course of time. But that is our number 5 ship. Moving along to number 4. The 4th best capital ship in the game is the Finalizer. And I'm kind of curious why you chose the Finalizer here, because, you know, I'm not a huge fan of this ship. I think that the ultimate ability is kind of lacking, and, you know, maybe it's the other synergies, and maybe the fact that there's more first order ships than there are for some other factions. That could be a reason for that.
Well, it's number 4 again out of 8 something that we have. It's number 4, and this killed me to put it down at number 4. It's very, very good against very specific things. It destroys certain GK comp. It absolutely obliterates pretty much any rebel fleet. But it's, in terms of Grand Arena and TW banner wise, it's atrocious. It's not a very efficient team. You can burn through all sorts of combinations, but you're going to lose a lot of ships in the process. You need it takes very developed ships too. Like you need the crew shuttle, and you need it kind of tanky, and you need to develop these characters. This ship is only going to be an option for those of you that went probably after Supreme Leader Kylo, because you need the relic ships. You know, First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot is by no means a necessary character in the game, but you really need his ship, and you really need it decked out for this thing to work. It works great. It really helps to shut down the Houndstooth, shut down Anakin Starfighter. The ultimates, while it does seem kind of boo-boo, like you guys said, it will prevent turn meter gain. And if you think about it, that's a lot of ships that really thrive on the turn meter gain in this game. The ship itself, I will say, on a per, like just for the abilities themselves, excluding Tarkin's, you know, TIE Fighter bomb, it probably does the highest damage. Does a lot of damage. This and Grievous's ship are probably the highest base damage ships, capital ship wise. You know, it's very fast if you use 3 first order ships, so you can get out first. But it's solely reliant on how strong your cruise ship is and how strong your shuttle, the 2 Kylo ships are. So it has its pros and cons. That's why it's number 4. And it kills me to put it this low, because I really wanted to like this ship, and I find myself not using it at all anymore.
It's one of those ships where you get the kind of general concept, and you're right. In certain situations, it can be really good, but overall, it's just.
There's the choo-choo.
So there's a train. Okay, it must be up in
The traditional train.
The choo-choo train is delivering the Finalizer back to Sacramento.
That's
CG.
right. That's right.
I'd like to return this, please. There you go.
Yeah, the Malevolence actually is my favorite ship. I don't have it maxed out yet, and I don't even think I have all the ships that I would need really to rock that out at a competitive level. But I like the Malevolence a lot. I do have the Negotiator maxed out. The Finalizer looks really nice. Again, like Maurice said, it seems like one of those ships that I wish had. You know, I kind of like. I'm a big fan of the ultimate abilities, and I think that the Radis's ultimate ability is kind of cool. And I wish that the Finalizer also had a cool ultimate ability. I don't know why they. I mean, the only thing cool about it is that you can use it right away. But it's kind of. I don't know.
It's kind of lackluster.
Yeah,
would be a good word for it. Lackluster.
Yeah, lackluster. That's the way.
Yeah,
I feel
there's very few situations where you can actually, where you can his one ability does more damage per whatever hunted or whatever the ability is. But very rarely do you find yourself in a situation where you have more than one of those ships marked from the beginning with that ultimate. Like it's tough. Like usually scrambling at the end there, you don't have time to be marking 2 ships. So it is what it is. It's a very good ship. Both this and the Radis, upon release, they did not follow the typical CG power curve. They came out, they're above average. They're really no. I mean, they're right on par with Akbar and Thrawn. I mean, they're very balanced with the older capital ships. I don't find either one of them hands down better than Thrawn or Akbar or anything like that. They're just newer, and so they beat Negotiator is basically what would put them ahead, I guess. So
the Sir Loki, yeah, my Hyena bomber is actually almost 6 stars, but I do have a 7-star Vulture droid, so I probably could run the Malevolence pretty soon. But that is our number 4 capital ship in the game. Moving along to our number 3 capital ship. What do we have here?
It is going to be the Radis. Radis, for no other reason, much like the Finalizer, released slightly above average. This one just simply has the cooler special ability. Blowing up the other ship and then calling in reinforcements is pretty awesome. But this ship, for those of you that haven't, have probably noticed it, is that 9 times out of 10, you can look for Grand Arena history. Not many people put their very best fleet on defense. I'm not really sure why. Radis against anything else not named Negotiator is very, very high banner team. You can get lots of protection, lots of foresight, lots of just probability to get spread around. You can get out with very good banners on the team. Poe, Resistance Pilot, it's a good starting too. Ebon Hawk is very, very good on this fleet, so you can get a lot of use out of ships that don't really have a home elsewhere. It's a very, very good fleet. I like this fleet a lot. I wish I had. You guys see it, mine's not very well developed, but I wish that I had. I did test a little bit on the test account, so it's pretty nice. I think at the end of the day, I do think this ship's probably be better than the Finalizer. But again, you're probably going to want those of you that are going after Galactic Legend Ray are probably going to have the Radis done, and I think it's either whichever Galactic Legend you go for, that's pretty much the capital ship you're buried to, simply because of the resources you've invested in the faction already. So this one is cool to see, and they did kind of hint at, and we might get some sort of bomber for the Resistance and Empire. Slightly, they hinted at it, so there could be a couple more ships coming out to really make these fleets shine a little better.
Yeah, I use the Radis on defense for my GAC, and it's a banner stealer. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's for Grand Arena and TW, I find the Radis far more useful than the Finalizer.
I found that the Radis was rather lackluster in Lightside Geo.
Yeah, until you get it really, it's missing some ships. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it really is. Because I've got a 7-star and I've got all these max ships and stuff, and it was really hard to figure out exactly what ships would go really well with it. And the ships that did go with it that I used were kind of lackluster in the sense that it just didn't seem to have much synergy there. I mean, granted, they got like a lot of protection, all that stuff, but it just seemed to get torn down by the dark side ships really, really fast. So I was
you're facing level 95 ships.
yeah, exactly. And I would do much better with the GK than I did with the Radis in every time that I tried the ship.
The one thing I like about the Radis is all the turn meter manipulation, right? There's just a lot of turn meter manipulation with the Radis. You get like, with that ability Outlast, for example, you get protection up, you recover protection, and you get, percentage of turn meter as well. I believe at level 8, it's 50% protection and 20% turn meter. So that's pretty significant. I mean, again, if you're talking about giving that to the entire team, that's a nice boost. And when it comes to this, I mean, with ships, because there's no mods really that affect the speed. I mean, it's more important. I think turn meter manipulation is a very important thing for ships. So I do see a benefit to some of the things, but I also, yeah, like, I mean, the coolest part about the ship is that it takes out another capital ship, right? So it's that's cool. And honestly, I'm glad that they decided to go that route. Like, I didn't think that they would actually do something like that, but they did. So I mean, very cool that they pulled the Holdo maneuver in the game. You know what I mean? But that is our number 3 capital ship in the game. Moving along to our number 2 ship, we have the Malevolence.
Yes, everyone in the chat too. It seems to be everybody's favorite ship. As you guys can see, I'm working on mine. It's getting there. I'm looking very forward to having this ship. In terms of offense, this is probably the very best capital ship. Offensively, it beats everything. You know, just defensively, it's pretty atrocious. It's pretty bad on defense. But you know, if you guys decide to go Malevolence over GK, you've got. I think this is basically 1B. And it's pretty obvious who's going to be number 1. But this is 1A, 1B. Offensively, this ship is much better. You get those stacks of overcharge out there, and you can just start wailing away on ships. So you can get out of control in a real hurry if you don't keep those vulture droids under control. I like this ship a lot. I do like the ultimate, even though very rarely, the few times I've used it, even when I face it, very rarely do you get to the ultimates. I guess you guys have used a lot more than I have. If that's not the case, please correct me in the chat here. But it's Hyena Bomber's great. Hyena Bomber, and this is a good ship for those of you that, you know, maybe you don't want to gear up all these pilots. Maybe you don't like Ahsoka. Maybe you don't like Fives. Maybe you don't want to go that route. All you need is Sunflack, Houndstooth, Hyena Bomber, and Vulture Droid. You got yourself a team here. 2 of those ships you don't even need pilots for. So very good in terms of that. We'll have to see. I'm a little worried how these pilotless ships are going to scale in the future. But you know, Galactic Republic has one as well with their tank, so we'll see. But this ship, guys, if I don't know, yeah, I don't really know what direction to steer people in if they're a new player and just now getting to get to. I guess we can. What would you guys say, Malevolence or Negotiator?
Well, the problem with the Malevolence is you do mention the pilotless ships is that they're a bitch a hell of a farm.
Yeah.
The other ones are a little bit easier to get your hands on the Galactic Republic side. However, you work on the Separatists first to get to eventually work for Galactic Republic and stuff. So if you start with an early ship and you want to get Malevolence, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. Just understand that getting Hyena, getting Vulture Droid, boy, not the best drop rate.
Very slow farm for those. Yes.
I would say there's
I did 2002, yeah.
I would say there's a lot of benefit in having a high level General Kenobi as well. So at the end of the day, I mean, listen, I mean, Grievous is great too. So both characters now actually, I mean, are important, but Kenobi is like really essential in this game, more so than Grievous is, I would say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you have to have General Kenobi in this game. You can get away with not having Grievous in this game for a while. You know what I'm saying? But General Kenobi is like pretty much like a must-have. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I mean,
the Galactic Republic ships are easier to get. I mean,
yeah,
we'll talk about it probably when we get to number 1. But I mean, a lot of those ships are easy to get. And to get the fleet faster than Malevolence. I think Malevolence is better on offense. It sucks on defense. But you're going to start with Darkside GOTV anyway if you're moving up with the guild, so getting the Malevolence up. Problem also though with getting the Malevolence is that missions for the territory battles require that you use executrix and stuff, so you don't get as many shots at using it, but if you can, pretty nice. It's pretty nice, gotta say.
I think you can't really go wrong either way. But
there's a right or wrong answer.
But yeah, it's a good ship. But that's our number 2 capital ship. Moving along to number 1. If the Malevolence was number 2, you know who's here.
Not the Executrix.
What? It's not home 1?
Who is it?
It's Negotiator.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay!
The best capital ship, just because it beats everything. And as Ranger mentioned, the ships that go with it are very, very easy to farm. They're all in Galactic War. You get them from the fleet store. Hell, I think the game, you'll eventually get the ships. It's very, very easy to get this team up and running. For those of you that are newer to the game and you decide to go the mace route, this is eventually what you're going to turn to. So I hate that they even have mace in the game, to be honest. Now this ship is just clearly better than mace in every single way. I couldn't suggest anyone go for Mace's capital ship. I'd go Akbar and Tarkin out of the gate and get Thrawn's capital ship as quickly as possible. Then you can just dump executors too. But this is the best. AoE Days does shut down a lot of teams that we mentioned. It will shut down Radis. It will shut down GG's fleets. Just a very, very good capital. This I don't know. I think it's the best. Offense, defense.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You get the ability to keep your ships from dying. You get the AoE Days. You got it, which is like a truck. I mean, it's a pretty nasty ship.
The current capital ship situation kind of disregards the Millennium Falcon now, right? I mean, the Han's Millennium Falcon is kind of not that meta anymore, right?
Well, that's the Millennium Falcon was so it lasted for so long, and then they just came out and said, "No, we're just going to shut that down." the negotiators shut that
down. That AoE Day shuts down that home one right off the bat. I mean, and that's what it relies on, is all those calls and extra protection and debuffing and stuff like that. And they're like, nope. Oh, you're going to go for one of our ships? There's a buff that'll keep you from not only when you kill it.
I thought so. I thought, okay, is that my internet or his?
And if you guys have, like, I wanted to put home
I was actually muted. Sorry. We're moving along to the home one here, guys. That's the honorable mention. I apologize. And Ranger, I think, is disconnected. I think he'll be back as soon as possible. But yeah, I think maybe he had some internet problems with the weather over there.
Yeah, and home one would have been 5th if the MILF wasn't a legendary ship. Thrawn. Home one is very, very good with Rebel Fleet. It's actually pretty good with the Geonosians as well. Back when the Geonosian ships came out, I actually used home one with Geonosians for quite some time in Arena. It's got a pretty good ultimate. It's kind of dated now. But unfortunately, the Rebel ships are kind of dated as well, with the exception of the MILF. So the Phoenix ships are pretty good. Lots of protection recovery. This is also a very good offensive capital ship for Grand Arena 4TW. You got much like the Radis, a lot of protection regeneration, a lot of survivability, a lot of assisting. You got the cleanse, and of course the ultimate that gives you basically every ship gets 2 turns. So it's you got to gear Akbar, unfortunately, and he's damn near worthless. But
Yeah.
better than Tarkin. But yeah, I mean, the old meta is still hanging around.
It's still a good ship. I mean, you're not going to get rank 1 in Arena with the home one anymore, but it's still a good ship.
Yeah, the only problem with the home one is that the very best. Monado says you can still climb. You can, but unfortunately you have to have a really decked out Biston and a really decked out Scarecrow Pathfinder. You got to have the MILF.
Yep.
Scarecrow Pathfinder has some uses. Biston, unfortunately, even when you relic him, he's not that useful unless you just have tons and tons of speed to dedicate to him. So again, though, I would definitely suggest that to newer players, I would 100% go after Akbar and set your sights on GK and just avoid Mace altogether. Unless he gets some rework that's going to make him awesome. He's a worthless character. His ship is the second best capital ship for the faction. So home one is probably the go-to for new players.
I think we got Ranger back. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, good old power outage there.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I warned you.
Well, the weather's bad down there, so yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, but that is our top 5 for the week. So please do show support by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. Also,
is he in the garbage?
That's a back door. Somebody's in the garbage.
Somebody's in the garbage.
Oh,
I
I've
mean,
got a possum in the garbage in the
Go
house.
get them. That's good eating.
Okay.
It's the same. It's the same baby possum that's been coming in 3 days in a row.
So maybe just bring them into the family. Maybe just have them come. Come start sleeping
Or
with you
have
guys.
'em for dinner. I mean, literally, have them for dinner.
Or you could eat them. Yeah, that's one too.
Oh God.
But yeah, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you like this kind of stuff. We're gonna move back into some general shenanigans in the game, and while we do that, we're gonna answer your questions. So I believe we have a couple from before, but this is our time to do any Q&As or typical time to do the Q&A. So if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask, any topics that you would like to discuss, now will be the time to type those things into the chat, and we'll try and scoop them up. But I think that we had. I know I saw one in there already. What was that first question there, Maurice?
Tony Richards asks. Let's see if I can find the exact
I think it was for all of us, right?
Yeah, it was basically anyone else on the show wish they went for the other Galactic Legends. So if you went for Ray, you wish you went for Kylo, and vice versa.
Oh, he asked you too. Yeah, if you prefer, if you regretted going for Kylo. Yeah, that's what it was.
No, no. I'm very pleased with Kylo. I damn well better be. Much like I'm sure Ranger is pleased with Ray, and Avinash as well. So I don't think so.
Yeah, there's no regrets in it. They're both they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous characters. How could you be upset if you get one or the other?
I mean, I would be super happy if I had Galactic Legend Kylo right now. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine anybody who has either of those characters right now at this early stage of Galactic Legends being upset about it, right? Because I mean, again, I mean, sitting where I'm at now with 0 of those characters, I would take either one and be super thrilled about it. Yeah, I mean, so now, I mean, there is a little bit of a possibility for regret, because there is obviously, to get a Galactic Legend this early in the game, you'd have to, in most cases at least, have spent some money. So I mean, maybe you can regret the money that you spent on it, but I think either way, the decision to go for either or, I think you're going to be happy with either one right now, because you're still going to have a leg up on the majority of the player base at this moment if you have either Galactic Legend Ray or Kylo. So, but
I think the Ray team requires slightly more speed, perhaps, because you have more characters that are speed reliant. You got to clock it a little differently. But I mean, both teams, you need lots of offense mods, you need lots of health mods. So modding wise, it's pretty much the same. It's just whatever you have, whatever playstyle you like. I think if you enjoy the Jedi Revan meta, I think Ray's right up your alley. That's for sure. The mirror matches, I'd imagine, are, unless you, like Loki said earlier, unless you time the ultimates, those can probably be pretty frustrating. Kylo vs. Kylo is not. It's just 30 seconds and done. So it just depends on what you like. I don't know. I can't see. I don't know. I guess if you're really into the raid, you might be a little upset with your Ray investment just because you're watching Kylo solo the Sith raid. That could be a little frustrating, I'd imagine, but that's maybe something to consider. But that's who knows. That could be fixed. So I wouldn't make your decision based on what character is better in old content.
Do you think that's going to be fixed? I mean, do you think that they're gonna change that?
No, I thought we lost everybody there for a second.
Do you
there?
No, I'm on my phone now because, another power outage. So I've jumped to the phone.
That's cool. So do you think they're actually going to fix Kylo being able to solo the raid?
Well, they made it much more difficult when they fixed Hux, but I mean, still, I mean, there's KP today did it in our guild. I came damn close. P4 is a little tough, so. It'll just take a little practice. I'm sure everyone, it just another week or two, and everybody will kind of figure out the best way to do it. But again, it's old content. Who knows? When the new Ray comes out, Ray may be superior. So we don't know.
Right.
So I wouldn't base it on anything old. Even if Kylo might be still on the Sith raid, but Ray is far more useful in the impossible light side territory battle. I mean, for the higher end guilds, most guilds have all the dark side teams done and ready, at least good enough to get through even P4 now, where everyone's still struggling. We haven't even hit P4 in the light side yet. We have, you know what I'm saying? We're still just.
I hit
teetering about.
P4 ships, but otherwise, no, still sticking with P3 in the fourth day. So.
Okay, we got another one here from Master KT. If you've not done anything for these Galactic Legends, no relics for any of the required characters, would you recommend starting now or hoarding for the next GL set? I'd get one.
A lot of assumptions in there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever, you know, I mean, a lot of people think that there's going to be another set. I mean, listen, we don't know anything. Oh, full unlock.
Honestly, if there's going to be another set, it's going to be a ways down the road, because if they release it too soon, there's just going to be mass exodus. I will tell you that right now. It's bad enough as it is. But it is taking so long for the current Galactic Legends to be completed, even by some of the whales, and by the dolphins are going to be shortly behind that. And then the free-to-play, it's going to be probably up to a year at least before they even get some of the Galactic Legends.
I gotta tell you, I still love periodically when I pull like a full unlock of a character out of the bronzium packs. You know you know, the free packs when you get like a full unlock of like I've gotten like Boba Fett out of here, like 80 shards. You know what I mean? I remember I got so now I just got 25 Ewok Elder shards. I mean, listen, it's going to the shard shop, but nonetheless. Still pretty cool.
A lot better than one piece of white gear.
Right.
You know, like.
Yeah, that's great. 25 shards. That's like. I mean, we'll see. You know, I don't know how much shard shop currency that is, but that's a nice amount.
If you haven't done anything for the Galactic Legends, I would just hoard everything, and then you could maybe, including Gear 13s, you can make your decision based on, you know, more educated content. I guess more research content, you know, that will come out in the next few weeks. Which character does what, and what is the really best team. And if hoard it all, it's going to take you a long time to hoard all the gear. Get yourself a spreadsheet, pen and paper, whatever you like to use. Write everything down you need. Keep a little checklist and just save it all. And then, you know, if you get it all, and you can just splurge instantly on one with no chatter of a new batch coming, then go for one. But you know, if it takes you that long to get it, and they actually do announce another one, then you can make your decision then. I guarantee the next batch will be better than this one, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way the game goes. But yeah, probably don't want to get one, man. I'd definitely get one.
We don't know what's going to come. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, sure, you know, they could just suddenly release, lightsaber, Return of the Jedi Luke as a Galactic Legend character, but I doubt that they're going to do that anytime soon. Again, they've I think if this is going to be the format that they take, they'd have to build up some stuff before that happens. You know, we did get, Poe and Finn for Rey, and then we got Hux and Sith Trooper for Kylo. So they'd have to release, a bunch of new characters. Then they'd have to go through the cadence. Then they'd have to become free to play and then farmable. And they're going to want to make that at a short enough distance of time where it's going to be a kind of a panic farm if you want to get the characters to 7-star fast. So what I'm saying is, like, if we get a new raid that's maybe related to like the Death Star, and like that character is like maybe like Endor Leia, then they may start planting the seeds for a Galactic Legend Luke at some point down the road. Again, I still think that we're going to get an Endor territory battles before we get Galactic Legend Luke, because I think that the Chase character there, I think you're going to require an Endor version of Leia, and we saw her already in the game during the C-3PO event, so she was there. It's just a matter of when they're going to release her into the game, and she may not come in at territory battles. I could be totally wrong about that, but I think that she'll be required for Luke, and then I think that we'll probably have some other characters that you need for Luke, and they could also just completely wipe the board clean with these Galactic Legends. It's not like they haven't done this before. They could just say, hey, we like the Galactic Legends, but it sucks. So we're not going to ever do that again. And, actually what we're going to do next is we're just going to release a legendary character, and they could just do it the old way that they used to do it. I mean, they could just scrap everything and just do another hero's journey. I mean, they could do it however they want to do it. So don't ever read too much into the fact that they're saying, like, oh, this is the way we're going to release characters now. Like, they've said that a million times about a million different things and then change their mind a month later. So at the end of the day, they could easily just say to us next month, like, oh, Galactic Legends were great, but we didn't make enough money, so we change our minds on that. We're actually going to go back to the original format and do, Hero's Journey for Legendary Luke, or whatever.
They're going to make their money on these Legends. People are going to not be able to beat them.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then there's going to be a late wave, too, like, of people panicking because they're tired of getting 11th place in the arena, so...
And I'm not saying that they are, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying that they're not being successful right now. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, they could change their mind. Like the way they were. Like, remember, you still get mad about the way they released Mother Talzin, right? Like, Mother Talzin was supposed to be only available through this event, and that was it. And because that's what they said, Maurice bought Mother Talzin because he didn't want to have to wait, however long to get her. And then they ended up, like, making her free to play in, like, 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So
like
it's
6 months from now, you get a Galactic Ray Pack, 50 shards, $99.99.
Yeah. Yeah, you get, how long,
I would anticipate at least one more batch, so simply because of that unique. It's like the unique that's shared between Rey and Kylo and any future Galactic Legends. I would anticipate one more batch, and then they might call it quits. I don't know what they would do. Maybe they do like a Moff Gideon and somebody, I don't know. You could do somebody from The Mandalorian, like that. I could see them really coming out with a big content patch for that when the second season comes out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That show's weird, and there's really not like a clear cut, like, light side, dark side, Like, there's really, I don't really know who the good guys are in that show. So, I don't know. That'd be tough, but I don't know.
I mean, they could, yeah. I mean, we don't know what they're going to do there. I mean, I'm sure they're going to release some Mandalorian characters, though. That's definitely coming. But I mean, especially
who knows? Let me get my 7-star Bill Burr.
7-star Bill Burr, yeah. Well, I mean, if Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka, okay, we're going to get another version of Ahsoka. I promise you. Definitely, yeah. I mean, we're going to get some Mandalorian. Completely non-Jedi Ahsoka again with with just a ridiculous.
Well, there's a lot of new characters in this new season of Clone Wars too, that we could get. So I mean, there's still a lot of newer content that they haven't even touched yet in this game that we could get. So maybe the new Clone Wars characters come with maybe some old reworks. Who knows? I don't know. Just speculating here and being silly.
We'll see, but I mean, like I said, they could change their mind at any time, and it has nothing to do with what's going on. They could just say, hey, we decided we're going to do this, and it could be their own internal decision. It could be something that Lucasfilm tells them. It could be something that EA tells them. You don't know their reasoning behind what they decide, but they could just decide that they want to do it a different way, and they could slow drip it, or maybe they do Galactic Legends, but it's kind of like we originally thought it was going to be, where like over time you just get shards periodically, and it's a slow drip rather than giving you the ability to get them fast like people are getting them now. You know what I mean? So, it could be different. We don't know, but we'll see. And even if they are going to do new Galactic Legend characters, they are still going to leave some breadcrumbs for that to happen. And I don't think there's been no new marquee characters to speak of. So I don't know what breadcrumbs they'd leave. I'm sure we will get something soon, but with this COVID-19 situation going on, I'm sure that these guys are non-essential, okay? They're definitely not working at that studio right now in California, so I think that there's going to be a delay on anything related to new content. So as far as that's concerned, I think we're not going to be seeing new characters, new marquee events for at least, 30, 60, maybe even 90 days. We'll have to wait and see.
So as long as they give me a marquee pack, if I can get my 7-star Apollo Creed, I'll be happy. That's all I want.
Yeah. I mean, listen, some of these guys can work from home, so I mean, I'm sure they could still do that, and maybe I'm just totally wrong on this, but you know, I think there's a lot of testing that they have to do and things like that. So I mean, maybe they could just release the characters, you know, untested, and we could get another you know, ridiculous situation where we have broken characters coming into the game. That's not unheard of either. So we'll see.
Here's another selling point for Kylo Ren. You can auto the tier 1 of the current assault battle.
Wouldn't it be cool if they released the, you know, Bill Burr you know, into the game, and then he's able to like one shot Galactic Legend Ray in arena. You know,
you have some Yankee one-liner like, hey. Sorry. There's nothing really Bill Burr says is probably clean for this show, so.
No, Bill Burr's hilarious, though. He is hilarious. If you guys don't know Bill Burr, he's a comedian that's also on The Mandalorian. Definitely check out Bill Burr. His stand-up is ridiculous. It's funny. Slow dripping cam shards. Yeah, I have 4 Kiadi Mundi shards. So, I mean, it's going to be a while before we get that guy. And maybe they'll rework Mace. Yeah, maybe they will. And if they do, they should rework his capital ship, too. Because, to be honest with you, that, like Maurice said, definitely needs some love also to make that even worth like having in the first place. Because at this point, that's that kid is so outdated. And Mace was never really somebody. Not only was he never really somebody for Arena as a character, his ship was okay. It's always been okay, but it never was like the #1 meta ship in Arena, I think. I mean, unless you're one of those guys that very early on had a really strong clone team, then that was probably the best defensive team in Arena at the very beginning of ships. Very beginning. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, is that it? I think that's the last question, right?
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, so all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I hope everybody's having a happy holidays. Let's go around the table here. What's going on with Reality Skewed Gamers this week, Ranger?
Oh, the same old. Doing the lunch stream, doing a lot of stuff with Ray, GAC. We got a 200th episode of the show coming up on this Wednesday. Of Jedi Academy and other fun games and stuff for every month. So a lot going on this week. Check us out. RSG. Reality Skewed Gamers.
Yes. Links are in the description for Reality Skewed Gamers with Ranger, Operation Metaverse, with good old Maurice and TMoney, and also for Boba's Alliance podcast with Avinash. What's going on with Operation Metaverse this week, Maurice?
Well, Thursday night we're going to be streaming 10 o'clock. We've got trying to do some mod stuff, some mod videos soon. A lot of people have been asking for them. We get some dated stuff out there, trying to update those a little bit. And who knows? Maybe I'll get this Final Fantasy VII remake and Twitch some of that.
That sounds cool.
I resisted the temptation. Borderlands DLC is pretty cool. I'm playing some of that.
How is that?
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty good. I think I like the first DLC a little bit better, but this one's definitely interesting.
The last time I played Borderlands is literally with you. You and I beat the game, and I'm at like level 43 or whatever. I still haven't gotten to level 50 yet. I'm still sitting at 43.
They raised the level cap again. I think it's 57 or 58 now. So you got some work to do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's a climb that I don't know if I'm gonna make, but I maybe at some point. I've got so many. I'm still beating Jedi Fallen Order, for Christ's sake. So I mean, I don't know. It's gonna take a while. I'm I've just got like other games I'm playing. I'm playing The Outer Worlds. I'm playing. I just got into Destiny and the Shadowkeep DLC. Destiny 2. I'm playing a lot of Rocket League right now online. I love that game. Totally addicted to Rocket League. That game is super fun. And I'm still trying to beat Death Stranding. I'm still playing God of War. I'm still playing all these games. I'm still trying to beat the Spider-Man game. I'm like a halfway into all of these games, and I just play a little bit here, a little bit there. I never get anything done. I'm playing this game Astral Chain on Nintendo Switch. I'm trying to beat that. I did beat Link's Awakening, the Legend of Zelda remake. That was amazing. I love that game. And I still have to beat Breath of the Wild. I'm halfway through Breath of the Wild. Haven't beaten that game yet. So I'm in the middle of like 30 games right now.
Yeah,
So-
why don't you just take a break at GameStop, buddy? Why don't you just take yourself a break?
I can't. Every time a new game comes out, I want to buy it. Right now, Doom just came out. I want to get Doom. You know, I got I got MLB The Show 20 just came out. I want to get MLB The Show. I haven't even bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare because I can't imagine diving into the.
The last 20 years. Same game.
Yeah. I also can't imagine even starting another game right now. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It'd be morally irresponsible for me to buy another game as try to start it right now because I have so many other things going on. But all right, but yeah, I am gonna start streaming some Power Rangers this week. I had my son all week this week, so I wasn't really able to do a lot of content stuff because when my son's here and there's no school, I'm really just homeschooling him here, and it's very difficult for me to get aside any time to do anything personal because he just wants to play games with me all day, and I feel bad. Not doing anything besides hanging out with him. So now that he's with his mom for probably a week or two, I'm going to have some time on my hands. So we're going to do that mod session with Ranger this week if he has time, and then also we will do some Power Rangers streaming, and I'm going to put out a couple of Star Wars videos too. So you'll get some content from me this week, guys. Stay tuned for that. But we will be back next Sunday with the next episode of the live show. I hope everybody has a happy and safe holiday, and I hope everybody's doing well in their respective locations, staying quarantined and staying healthy. Is there any news for the Boba's Alliance podcast that you want to share before we go, Abby?
Not right at the moment. It's in one of them is in the editing process right now, but we've been doing some Twitch on some other games that some of the other members have been doing, including myself.
Cool.
So that's been a lot of fun.
Cool. Definitely go check that out. Again, links are in the description for all the shows, and everybody here creates wonderful content. Make sure to go subscribe and like their channels and their content there as well, and support everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of their week. We will be back on the next one, and may the force be with you guys. Have a great night, everybody.